Hey guys, I've been riding the Blink S board by Acton for 2 days now, and I think I have a pretty good grasp on how everything works, and it's a really nice board, but I'm going to compare it to this cheap Chinese board. It does have one major issue. So if you look at the manual, one sec, it says if you want to accelerate, you want to press it in gradations. So if you push it forward a little bit, it'll go a little bit faster, and then if you press all the way down to the end, then it'll be the max speed. And then right here for the brake, it says the same thing. If you want to brake, you don't want to pull all the way back. You want to pull back a little bit and then slowly pull back so you can fully brake. Now with this Chinese board, it's a $400 no brand board. I have a very similar remote, and if I pull a little bit back, I slow down a little bit. If I pull all the way back, I slow down a lot. Now with my Acton board, that's not the case. On my Acton board, if I'm pulling back from about here to here, nothing is happening. It literally feels like it's an on switch for the brake. Having ridden this board and this board, not having that control over the gradation is it's just not as pleasant. Granted, the natural gradation is definitely manageable. If you pull all the way back, it's pretty abrupt, but you can manage it and it'll slow down. But it's definitely nice having the control of being able to slow down a little bit and then a little bit more, especially at high speeds. If you have this board, do you have the same issue with the brakes? Maybe it's just me. Honestly, this wouldn't really have bothered me because again, they don't really say that it has to do this, but the fact that their manual says that you want to slowly pull back implies that you would have more control over the brakes, but in reality, you don't. And I don't know if this is an issue with my board, but it seems like this is a design choice, and it just seems like a missed opportunity for a much more pleasant braking experience. Anyways, that is my main issue with the board. I'll give you a quick overview of how it rides. Right out of the box, its default is in Pro mode. So if you don't change it, you're going to be in for a surprise because this thing has a kick. So you're able to change the mode in the Acton app where you can set beginner, normal, or pro. It's also cool that you can see the locations of all the other Acton users. I mean, it's a little bit stocky, but it's kind of cool. There's actually a lot of people around me with Acton boards. It actually kind of looks like a registry of some sort, except for electric skateboarders, not the other people. Beginner mode is definitely beginner mode. So it goes super slowly. You're barely moving, but I think that's a good speed for beginners because it does take a while to get used to. Once you move on to normal mode, the acceleration really kicks in. Pro mode is definitely the preferred mode of riding, especially after you get used to the board. The acceleration feels similar, but the top speed is definitely vastly different. It's really fun to hit that speed. One thing you want to be careful of while you're riding is, again, the gradations. If you push all the way forward and you're hitting max speed, you don't want to let go, because if you let go and let it snap back into the middle, you'll lurch forward. So what you want to do is you go to max speed, and if you want to slow down, you still have to slowly let your thumb find back to the middle. And then once you're comfortably gliding in the middle, you're not going to have that lurch mode when you're suddenly stopping. I actually fell a lot on beginner mode. I didn't fall, but I would trip because I would be able to push the board all the way right or all the way left, and the board, I think, would actually hit the wheels, and that would make it come to a complete stop. At higher speeds, I didn't really have that problem because I wasn't making as sharp of turns. So that's something you definitely want to keep in mind. And you could probably just solve this by tightening up the bearings. And again, in high speed, you're not going to be making super sharp turns where you would, where your board would hit the wheel. That's all I got. Be safe, have fun. Let me know what you think of this board. Thank you for watching.